Hey guys, it's Stephen and Phil here, back on FOOTY.COM with yet another kit review. And this one's a little bit late, we're being honest, but we want to finally complete this list of Premier League shirts. We've got this, I think, and Burnley to do. That's all we've got left, I think. But today we've got Wolves 2019-20 home kit. We're reviewing that, talking about its merits, its cons, and all that kind of stuff. But before we go too far, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're a fan of football kit culture, shirt reviews, and all that kind of stuff. FOOTY.COM is the home for you for all kit news. But Phil, what is it that you make of Wolves' new kit for 29-20? They got a new sponsor for one. Sadly, they've gone from having a quite cool sponsor to a really bad sponsor.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sponsor change around. This is the sponsor that Crystal Palace have. Their old sponsor now sponsor Aston Villa. But anyway, apart from that merry-go-round,
the transfer window sponsors, isn't it?
So it's a big window. But I think this is an example of a kit which it actually looks pretty good despite being in a template. You know, it is a template design. We have to kind of get that out of the way. I mean, that
Who else has this template?
I mean, in the Premier League, it's not too bad. I think Sheffield United's away shirt, but it's just one of those which kind of, if you look around Adidas teams, it's kind of done the rounds a bit like the Condivo template last year. This is I think it's called the Tiro or Tiro 19 template. But anyway, moving on from the fact it's a template, just looking at it as a shirt, I think it's good. Obviously, Wolves, the colour scheme is very strong. It is a bit different to last year, and I think a lot of fans pointed that out, which I think is worth mentioning because when I first kind of looked at this, it looks like any other Wolves shirt. But actually last year...
is the colour noticeably different?
I believe the fans, or at least were picking up on that at the time. I think from memory that last year's kit was a bit more gold, and that went down quite well, I think. This one's a bit more orange.
It's definitely an orange tint to it. Yeah. Do you know what? It isn't as gold. I can just picture it in my head.
Yeah,
it isn't.
And I think
I just remember watching Ruben Neves exactly golden glow, and this is a lot more orange.
Yeah, and it's always interesting because I think
I think I prefer the gold.
I would agree because I think last year was obviously a very good year for the club for many reasons on the pitch, and I think even the kits, despite their simplicity, were good. So interesting that they haven't kept that. You know, I feel like almost like Liverpool, how they've sort of doubled down on the dark red in the last couple of years. I feel like they could have kept the gold. So a slight markdown. It's obviously still quite nice. I think, though, the fact that it's a template does obviously hurt.
So we talk a lot about templates, and sometimes you get lucky that some colours just kind of suit a template better. And I think even though this isn't quite the gold that we probably want, or Wolves fans would want at the very least, I think this is a good example as well where a kit just suits a colour scheme. Like I think this is just
absolutely,
it just suits it. Like it's just two very classy colours, and
absolutely,
so I can see why they went for that. Even if it is a little bit simple, and even if it is a template kit, they probably thought that works really well.
Very, very true. Because off the top of my head, a really kind of bad use of this template. If you go to Germany, Hamburg's away kit, which we can get a picture of, it's sort of a pink base with a navy.
I googled Germany, Hamburg away kit for some reason.
It's only came out, I think, last week, so it's none of those ones. There we go.
Okay.
And that's the example in the template, which looks almost dirty. You know, the way, I think it's a navy, the secondary colour, but it's, see, in that example, the same design as Wolves, but considerably worse.
Yeah, it doesn't work, does it?
Really doesn't work. So, at least...
But this one does.
It does. Well, it's much better.
Shame
as you say.
About the sponsor, though, because it is a bit of a mess. And it's so close to the badge as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's true. The
high
placement...
up the shirt.
Yeah, you're right. Very high. It's one of those sponsors where... I mean...
Not for women. Man bets only.
Man bet. And I love that you've got... I say love, in inverted commas, the sort of poker chip and the lettering and then the script. I think we talked about... Was it a show we
only needed the lettering to know it's a betting company.
You know what? It was like we talked about with Sheffield United, wasn't it? Where they had the kind of the flag, the symbol, and then there's just too many things going on. You're right about the placement as well. So yeah... Poor sponsor. I mean, at least it's predominantly black, although that's not particularly hard to do.
So we'll give it a score then. Right, we've got a list of the scores there. Phil can't quite see because I've got it behind the mic. But there we go. That's the list of the scores. Where's this sitting for you?
Yeah, I think, there's not been many shirts we've done that are sort of out on that templates. Most of them have kind of bespoke features, but we have to kind of mark it down for that. The benchmark for template shirts is Ajax's away shirt. It's 78.
It's not that level, is it?
And it's not at that level. No, you're absolutely right. It's not at that level. It's not as good.
It's a mid-70s gift for me.
I'd actually probably say low 70s, I think.
I probably would have given it about... Personally, I would have given it about a 73 or 72.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm definitely in that kind of that mind as well. I'd probably give it, looking at that, you've got a couple of Premier League home shirts there, or a few actually, it's right. I'd give it 71.
71.
It's
Next to
between next to one. Norwich's, which probably was a little bit more messy, but at least I think was trying a bit more.
Yeah.
And it did quite well with the things like the sponsor and stuff. So yeah, no, 71. I like the away shirt a little bit more actually. So when we get to that,
we'll get to that very, very soon. But for now, guys, that is our score for Wolves' 2019-20 home kit. Obviously, this could be a pretty good season for them. They were fantastic last year. They got a bunch of new players in, are really good. Catroni's just coming as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes.
He's a fantastic little player. It's going to be very interesting watching them this season. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our score. We've got one more Premier League home shirt to do. It's going to be Burnley, which we'll do next week probably because I'm off for a few days now in Spain. So no more kit reviews for the next couple of days. But don't forget, make sure you check out the playlist with loads of videos there. For now, though, this is Stephen, this is Phil, and we'll see you very soon.